Hello, Commanders, and welcome to Pushing 40 on Blitz. I am the Desert Fax because I'm just a poor copy at best. And today we're going to go ahead and look at the new Tier 9 German medium tank, the Erich Konzept 1. We were kind of missing out on a lot of Tier 9 tanks in as far as the premium department is, and I think it's really an underrated tier. However, I digress. This tank just came out, and I like it. We're going to go ahead and jump into some replays right now. Here we go. And I'll tell you, it's fast. It's not the fastest, but it has some of the best power to weight ratios. Basically being near identical to the Char Futur. Now the Char has a higher top speed. This tank only has 55 top, but it gets there pretty quickly. It moves, and I really like that. It definitely has mobility. There are a few mediums in Tier 9 that are faster, but this one definitely does a good job. 8 degrees of gun depression, some of the fastest aiming times. Only maybe 3 tanks have a faster aim time. Now here's what I love about it. Oh, love that. With an alpha of 360, it's only matched by the Leopard PTA and exceeded by the WZ, which has a 400. But we all know that. It's just one of those heavier hitting, longer reloads. And this is a relatively heavy hitting, longer reload. In fact, it has the lowest DPM of any of the medium tanks in Tier 9, except for both of your Hesh tanks, being the Cent 7-1 and the Cobra. And obviously, if they're using Hesh, then they're going to outdo it. I love that shot. I was proud of myself. I mean, yes, we're all pretty much like, we know where he is, but I was happy with it. Anyway, random shot there, since he seemed to be going that direction. And the Standard B also has a lower DPM, but again, if you know the Standard B, which is just a lovely tank, one of my favorites, if you're firing in single shot mode instead, and looks like that I did hit him a second time, just based off his damage. I'd have to look again to see how much he had when he was visible. I thought I was going to be able to get past that tortoise, or get out of his just out of his arc, but as it were, yeah, deflected. It has good armor, I will say that. It's not the best. I mean, obviously you've got the E50 and you've got like the T-55A has good armor, and the Russian is it the 54? They have definitely better frontal armor, though this has a really good angle on it. Better turret armor, but this actually is in the upper end of armor, and I love this. I'm like, you know what? Like that scent should get him, and there it is. I think he took his time, aimed, and secured the hit. And that's the thing, is that I really wanted to finish this combat. We were doing really well. Luck. No, that wasn't luck. I don't know if he was talking about the person he was fighting, but or something else, but that victory was not luck. Anyway, yeah, 2950 in damage. I mean, pretty much when you have a victory and you did a reasonable amount of damage, you're going to get that Class 3 Mastery. And let's go ahead and watch one more game. So, good aim time. Low DPM, but it puts the damage out there. Because it has good alpha, and you're going to outtrade most mediums. Basically all other mediums except the WZ and the Leopard. Now the Leopard has a little bit, it has better DPM, but again, you're trading some of that DPM for the armor. For one of the faster tanks to actually, and then actually have good armor, 8 degrees of gun depression, which is where we start saying that the gun depression is good. And it's just fantastic. And I love this fight as it brews up. And I'm sitting here thinking, man, that defender is just really pushing it. And really, it's just going to run right up there. Showed a loaded hedge, but I did not want to hit him in the tracks. Go ahead and get another shot out there. T-54 is way too bold. Our defender's suffering. Yeah. Come on, Skoda. That's a dangerous tank right there. Possibly my favorite tier 8 medium. I do love it. Got a couple. Get that kill. Get one of those guns off me. Yeah, buddy. Though, man. There we go. 2 shots left in my health. Maybe 3, depending on what the tank is, but I'm under 50. It hurts, but then again, we were brawling a lot. Really quick snap into the back of him as he's coming around. He didn't like that. I know he did not like that. This T-49 is just being a menace and a pest to them, and I love it. Seems to have been a really good player. The fact that he survived. Switched over to HE real fast, just to slap that onto him. Again, secure that kill. Who dares? Looking at that, I was pretty sure that K2 was AFK. Now, mind you, I played a game earlier where all 3 of our heavies stayed back in tank destroyer areas and sniped. And that, of course, was a loss because we did not have the armor or the health up front taking the enemy's attention. It was a horrible game. But the last game and this game, literally my first 2 games in this tank. My win rate's of 48.5%. My 30 days actually at over 56%, which it makes me very happy. It means that I am, learning and getting better. A lot of the critique and suggestions I've gotten from more experienced players has been paying off. I've been able to apply it. And at this point, I'm not concerned about the E75 because we've already depleted him a lot. He's got a lot of enemies around him. I'm like, you know what? Let's just go ahead and farm a little bit of damage. That's what I thought. I'm like, that looked like it was just straight broadside. That's okay. We'll get the kill here. There it is. So, this thing can brawl. It can deflect shots. I definitely deflected some shots. If I was running, well, a lot of other tanks, mediums I would have run were probably tier 8. But, I mean, it definitely... So, I blocked 840 in damage, dealt 3,300, destroyed 4 first-class mastery. I mean, you can't complain. And I was mentioning my win rate, basically to showcase the fact that I'm not a unicum or super unicum. I'm not his royal fatness. I'm not Flossie. I'm not Snugs. And I'm not Dave. I can just go through the names. I'm not Bushka. And yet these were my very first 2 games with this tank, and it's performing well for me. And if you get it, I hope it performs equally as well for you. So, right off the bat, is it worth it? I mean, yes. Is it worth gambling on containers? No. But you know how it works. They release something new, containers, and then they'll release it again. It'll probably be containers again, and then, or maybe a draw. And then, a year from now, you'll be able to buy it for gold. If it follows the standard pattern. God, I love this. We don't see enough purple in the game. And that's okay. I think that it should be rare. I don't even remember the name of this camo, but when I saw that, I said, that's my winter camo. There's no legendary camo for this yet, but I'm sure we'll see one. Well, it's a tier 9, so maybe we might not, but I was actually rather surprised that it didn't come out with one. Let's take a quick look. No, actually, I know it didn't because when I went into camos, it didn't give us the option. Yeah, so there it is. So, um, I think it's worth getting. Now, how much it's worth comes down to how you play. It's like, do you just have the money to drop into it? Cool. If not, can you work overtime? Can you DoorDash? Shoot, mow some lawns, wash some cars. And I perfectly happy door dashing for some extra money to throw at the game, and I consider it guilt-free money because I do that on my own time, and it's an investment. It allows me to do things like this. So, happy with the tank. It's fast. It's maneuverable. It's got good gun depression. The angle suggests that you could do a lot of ridge fighting. Again, those were my first two games. I didn't get to the point where I could just really like try to hold a ridge, hold a sand dune or anything like that. But I'm sure it'll pop up. I like high alpha, slower loading tanks. I mean, high alpha, fast loading tanks would be great, but you don't really run into that too much because not every tank can be the Yag Tiger. That's why. But uh, different story, different time. But wonderful tank. I enjoyed it thoroughly. I'm definitely going to be playing this. I like Tier 9. You run against 8s and 10s, and so Tier 9 is very fun for me. I really hope to see more of these on the battlefield, preferably on my side than the enemies, but that's okay. I I can't give it enough. I don't remember the last time we had a new tank and just right off the bat I'm like, oh, this thing is. I won't necessarily say it's a beast. Again, without having that game knowledge and skill that a lot of really good players and YouTubers have. I can't say, oh yeah, this thing's just going to be top of the line. It's going to stay on. I don't know. I know that it works for me, and it supports a play style that I enjoy. God, I love the angles. This actually has better side armor than it does frontal, as I recall. Let's take a quick look at that. Well, I thought that's interesting, and then I thought, well, through the angle, maybe that's why. So yeah. See, the front 65 is not good, but with the angle on it, that slope, that helps a lot. And then the sides are actually 80, which I believe was done so that it can match up with the frontal hull and help you a little bit. So again, I'm eager to see that as we go forward. But this thing hits like a truck as far as mediums are concerned. It hits hard, and I mean you got to witness it. So I just keep on blabbering. This is the Desert Facts. Wishing you good games, good sportsmanship, and good luck. Please like and subscribe to help support the channel.